The 5 times humanity thought the world was ending. Humanity has been historically known to be paranoid, superstitious, and prone to panic. Today we're diving into the top 5 doomsday predictions that thankfully failed to hit their marks. First up, the Great Fire of London in 1666. People back then were superstitious about the number 666, calling it the number of the beast. The fire was caused by a series of events one can aptly call a perfect storm. A combination of inexperienced firefighting, a plethora of fire hazards and strong winds created one of the greatest disasters in history. When the fire broke out, many thought it was the end of days. However, London rebuilt and even thrived afterward. The catastrophe also improved firefighting techniques, one of which was the tactic of firebreaking, which essentially involved intentionally burning down areas outside of the fire in order to prevent it from spreading further. While the social and economic problems created by the disaster were overwhelming, Charles II strongly encouraged the population to settle elsewhere, as he feared a London rebellion amongst the dispossessed refugees would break out. While various schemes for rebuilding the city were proposed, some of them very radical, London was reconstructed on essentially the same medieval street plan, which still exists today. Next, let's fast forward to the late 1800s. Halley's Comet was making its return in 1910, and newspapers spread panic about its tail containing poisonous gases. Initially, the public was worried about the comet itself, colliding with the Earth, causing massive destruction. While this speculation was quickly debunked, a French scientist named Flammarion wasn't all that helpful when they mentioned that cyanogen gas would impregnate the atmosphere and possibly snuff out all life on the planet. This, of course, caused a mass hysteria, and people rushed to buy comet pills and gas masks, thinking it would protect themselves from the gases that the comet would possibly bring. The situation grew so bad that police arrested 2 Texans for selling sugar pills as comet remedies. Yet demand for comet cures was so high that police reluctantly released the snake oil salesman. But eventually the comet passed by, leaving a silly but very much alive populace. Moving on, who remembers Y2K? As the year 2000 approached, fears of a massive computer meltdown spread like wildfire. What people didn't know during that time was that this was all caused by a glitch, which essentially made computers have the inability to distinguish dates correctly. While this was indeed an issue that would have to be resolved in a timely manner, it was, in the grand scheme of things, no cause for a panic. Of course, with the population eventually getting a shred of information on this apparently catastrophic computer glitch, it didn't take long for people to go panic mode. People scrambled to stock up on canned food and water, expecting chaos. But when the clock struck midnight, the world kept spinning and computers didn't implode. Turns out a lack of clarity regarding the potential dangers of the bug led many people into panic buying food, water, firearms, backup generators, and even the withdrawal of large sums of money in anticipation of a computer-induced apocalypse. Just goes to show, not every glitch is a catastrophe. On the topic of calendars, do you remember the Mayan calendar prediction of 2012? December 21st, 2012 to be exact, was the day many believed the world would end, because the Mayan calendar supposedly ended on this date. Movies, books, and endless internet theories fueled the hype. A lot of people panicked to say their last goodbyes and prayed that they'd be saved from the impending apocalypse. But the day came and went, and here we are, still ticking along. And finally, Harold Camping's prediction of May 21st, 2011. He claimed the rapture and the end of the world would occur on this date. His followers sold everything and prepared for the end. When nothing happened, the date was revised to October 21st, 2011. Spoiler, that didn't happen either. Imagine the disappointment, anger, and how silly those people must have felt. At least they didn't drink the Kool-Aid, right? So there you have it. 5 times we thought the world was ending, but it didn't. These predictions remind us to stay grounded and not let fear take over. History has a funny way of repeating itself, but it also shows us that we're more resilient than we think. By now we're so desensitized that if someone were to tell you the world was ending, you'd probably say, "Cool, will I still be able to get to work on time tomorrow? I got a double shift, you know."